was so much more important. And I'm not sure that he even recognizes how important it is for the two countries, and not really just the two countries, but Muslims and non-Muslims. So I'm glad you said that, because I agree that he did something much more substantial than any of these NBA stars.
More questions? The lady?
Wondering about the music. It's so beautifully supportive of films, and it seemed like it was a very eclectic selection of music.
So the question was about the music, and I suppose how you chose the music, and comment on how supportive it was of the story of the film.
Yeah, when I did that first research trip in 2007 to Iran, I noticed every time I went into a car with one of these players, in the privacy of their cars, they would listen to rap or hip-hop, which is illegal technically in Iran. And so it was surprising, for one, that they did that, and then more surprising how great the music is. I mean, it was really cutting edge, very well produced, but most of all there was creativity. And oftentimes here I feel like that type of music is a little, sometimes prefab. It sort of lacks that urgency. And so right away, before I even knew who my character was going to be, or which club, or anything like that, or if I could even make the film, I thought, if I get a chance to make a film about in Iran right now, I want to incorporate the music, this type of music, because music always represents the zeitgeist, particularly of young people, obviously. And I had seen enough, movies about Iran or Iraq or other Middle Eastern countries that sort of orientalize the place. They play the sort of traditional music that we expect in a Persian restaurant or something, and then people just don't know what really goes on there, especially in the youth. So then what I did is we got a really talented music consultant, an Iranian in New York, and he, being a musician himself, he knew all these rappers and hip-hop artists, and so he gave me a bunch of music, probably 25 different artists, and I just cut to that music, and then I fell in love with the music, of course, and then getting the rights was another adventure. But I was able to get them. There are basically 5 different artists represented on this soundtrack. One of them, Shahin Najafi, lives in Germany, actually, and he just had a fatwa declared on him, sort of, Salman Rushdie style, except the cleric who did it was insignificant. So it's not that big of a deal, but Shahin published a song maybe 2 months ago or so. This was big in the news here too. Maybe you heard it. It was in August though, so you guys were probably all at the beach. But he published a song about one of the imams that was satirical, and then some guy said, I'll give anybody who kills him $100,000. So a lot of these artists are underground because obviously you can't produce that type of music in Iran. Although one is also in Iran and he's not credited. He said he can't risk it.
Well, I'd like to thank our guest Till Schauder and his amazing film, The Iran Job, which has... The film premieres tomorrow at the Lumley Music Hall in Beverly Hills, and also at the Town Center in Reseda on Ventura Boulevard.
Encino.
Thank you. Look for a really glowing review of the film in tomorrow's LA Times. Please do let your friends know that you saw it and you loved it as much as you did. If you're interested in Iranian-African-American relations, coincidentally, we have a concert on the 8th of November featuring Masa Vadat and Mighty Sam McLean, a U.S. blues musician and a Persian classical singer. It is an amazing show. Thanks again to Till.
Thank you. Can I just say one more thing before you go? We are, this this film was financed basically by my wife and I over the years, and it's been very tough. We did it with grants and crowdfunding, and we are right now coinciding with the release also doing a Kickstarter campaign to help promote the release. The goal is to bring the film to more cities, not just Los Angeles and New York, but also maybe the middle of the country where it'll have an impact. So if you're interested in checking that out, I would appreciate it. On the website, theiranjob.com, there's a link to the Kickstarter where you can support that effort, and hopefully with that we can bring it to many more cities in the US. I thank you all for coming, and especially Jordan for putting this together.